Hey guys, welcome back to Broken Journey, the podcast. I am your host, Elva. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day so far. Today's episode, we're diving into the world of energy suckers, those sneaky habits and activities that drain your energy and kills your productivity. So you might be thinking, what are energy suckers? Energy suckers are activities, habits, or mindset that deplete your mental, emotional, or physical energy, making it hard to stay productive. And then we have a list of common energy suckers. And the first one I have on my list, I'm pretty sure this popped into your head as well. And that one is procrastination. If you got that right, kudos to you. Okay. Procrastination is delaying task leads to stress, decreased productivity. It can also cause anxiety because you're waiting until the last minute to complete that task. And then you feel like you're being rushed. You feel like you're running out of time. You feel like the deadline is coming. And that can get you to the point where you just don't know what to do and you feel overwhelmed, right? So that's one of the common energy suckers. Another energy sucker is multitasking. I know sometimes people brag about being multitaskers and stuff like that. I know I sometimes multitask and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So trying to do multiple things at once often results in doing none of them at all. We often think multitasking is a good thing. However, it can sometimes make you lose focus because you're doing too many things at once, especially if you're working on a project. If you're working on a project and then you decide, okay, well, let me stop and do this email while I'm doing this project. And then when you try to go back to that project, you're like, where did I leave off? You know? So it can really um work on your focusing issues, right? So another one is perfectionism. The pursuit of perfection can lead to burnout and paralysis by analysis. I know that you guys have heard that before. I know you have. And if you haven't, well, there you go. It's like thinking about what's for dinner right after having lunch. The smoke signals going to your brain isn't ready to eat another meal. So you can't think of what's the next meal on the menu. So basically, what I'm saying is nobody's perfect. Work on what you can work on and don't overanalyze. It's not worth it. Another energy sucker is constantly checking social media. Frequent interruptions break focus and it wastes time. There is too much distraction on social media where you think like, "Oh, let me get the recipe for this whatever meal." And then you wind up scrolling for 15, 30, 40, 45 minutes minimum. Because as soon as you get in to that social media website or the app, right? Something comes up and piques your interest. And then you keep scrolling and then you forget, wait a minute, I came in here to come and get a recipe. I didn't come to keep scrolling, right? So be mindful of, constantly checking your social media. Another common energy sucker is negative self talk. Mental energy is drained by self doubt and negativity. One thing that I've learned to do is to stop myself when a negative thought starts to come to play and I replace it with a positive one. Is it easy? No. Is it doable? Yes. So for me, and I'm telling you guys, practice doing it until you can master canceling negative thoughts in your mind. Another common energy sucker is overcommitting. This is very common. A lot of people do this. Saying yes to too many things can spread you too thin, leaving you exhausted. And I can tell you that this has happened to me, especially at work. So I've learned to say, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. I don't have the time to do that extra project that you want me to do. And I know it may sound like unprofessional or it may sound like, you know, what are you doing? You can lose your job. Hello, you don't want to be burnt out because you keep saying yes to all these projects, knowing that your plate is already full, right? Or, you have all these events that are going on and you feel like you have to be present in every one of them. Really, you don't have to be present in every event or commit yourself to every project. It's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to take some downtime. It's okay to just sit on your sofa and just sit there, read a book, watch some television, or just chill, right? A lot of times, and I think I think it's mainly in the Latino community where I believe I've spoken about this before, where you're constantly being accused of being lazy because you decide to sit down and not do anything for 20, 30 minutes or 2 hours, whatever it is that you felt like doing. Nothing for 2 hours. There is nothing wrong with that. You are not lazy. You are taking time to mentally de stress yourself and your body. The loss of focus, how constant distractions can take away your attention and make it impossible to work, right? Like sometimes you're just sitting down and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I'm going to give an example as a mom. You're scrolling away on your phone, and the child, let's say you have a toddler, wants your attention, but you're too busy scrolling. Like those times when the kids are young is very important to be present for them. And also your family, your spouse. Like if you're going out to dinner, don't scroll on your phone. Put your phone away, right? Unless you're going to search for something that you guys were discussing or whatever the case may be. Because I know I've done that. My spouse and I have been talking about something or someone, and we're like, oh, let's check to see, you know, this information. And I'll check out the information, I'll discuss it with him, put my phone back in my purse, right? So, sometimes we got to be focused on the present, right? Another impact on productivity is reduced efficiency. How energy suckers can slow us down, slow our work process, cause us to spend too much time wasted on other things than what is necessary, right? It also increases stress and anxiety. When you overcommit yourself or you being a perfectionist, this can contribute to stress, leading to burnout and further productivity loss, right? Again, you're overanalyzing and overanalyzing, and then you just don't get anything done. So, those are some of the impacts on your productivity. And then, what are strategies to combat energy suckers? Time management techniques. Work in focus intervals with short breaks to maintain energy level. So, when you're at work, work for 25 minutes, take 2 to 3 minutes, get up, stretch, walk away from your cubicle. If you work from home, walk away from your computer, go outside, take a deep breath, and come back in. And then time blocking. Allocate specific time slots for tasks to prevent multitasking and distractions, right? I know that the company that I work for now, they recommend doing this, allocating certain time for this activity, taking a 2 minute, 3 minute break, coming back. Another way to combat energy suckers is a digital detox. Limit your social media use. Like put specific times for checking your social media and your emails or using apps. Or a lot of our phones now have a timer where you can time yourself for, let's say, 3 hours max a day to be on social media, right? And turn off your notifications. Silence unnecessary notifications to reduce interruptions, right? Like having your Facebook notify you on every single person's post, or someone is going live at this time. You like y- s- detox from that for a little bit. If you need to turn it back on, then turn it back on. But like turning off those notifications and silencing those notifications really reduces the interruptions. And I gotta tell you that I've done this and it has helped me stay more focused because I'm not listening to the dinging or the the buzzing on my phone because somebody posted something on social media. Okay. Another way to combat energy sucker is mindfulness and positive self-talk. Again, like I said, practice mindfulness. Incorporate short mindful exercises throughout the day to recharge, right? Maybe get some positive affirmation cards where you can read something every morning. Like I bought some from the store Five Below, where it has just one sentence saying something positive, right? And then replace self doubt with positive affirmations. There you go. I just finished saying that. And then prioritizing and boundaries. Boundaries are like a must. Again, learn to say no. Focus on what's important and set boundaries to avoid overcommitting yourself, right? Delegate tasks. Where possible, delegate tasks that drain your energy or get someone, if you can afford to, that is able to do the task for you. Like, I know that there are some people who, let's say, like influencers, right? Who they get so big that it gets too much for them and they need to hire a social media manager, right? And that's just an example. Not everybody has the money to hire an expertise to do stuff for them. So until then, kind of learn how to handle some of these things and make sure that you work on your priorities, make sure that you set boundaries as well, right? A thing that I like to do is every night or right after work, I write down things that I need to do for the next day. So that way I can have some kind of structure as to what needs to be done for the next day at work and also in my personal life, right? And I have, like, I feel like this has helped me in so many ways where I'm able to, complete my task and do what I need to do and know that you're not going to remember everything, girl. You're not going to remember everything in your mind. You got too many things to remember, like the 50,000 passwords that we have to enter into our social media, into our bank accounts, into our 401ks, into all these things that we need a password for, right? So let's remember that our mind is overworked. So sometimes we need to write, not sometimes, all the time. All the time, you need to write things down. Write down the tasks that you need. If you need to carry around with a notebook that you can write down things that you need to accomplish, then do that. But also know that on your phone, you can download an app. And I have Android. Yes, I am an Android lover. Don't come for me, iPhone users. But anyway, either way, both of them have an app where you can write notes on. And if you're always on the go, you can use that, right? To write down your priorities and things like that. And then again, don't overcommit, right? Pick and choose where you feel you are more productive when it comes to events, right? Or where you feel is a priority to be at, right? Because sometimes you can say, it's so and so's birthday, but that's so and so's friend. They're not really my friend. And I have another, event that I need to go to. So that one is priority and trumps over the other one. I learned to put my phone down. And so I'm going to share, you know, another personal thing. I noticed that I was on my phone constantly, like literally, like it was like glued to my hand, right? And I've learned to put the phone down or put it away for at least 30, 40 minutes, right? Or put it in my room. Or like when I get up in the morning, I need my phone to log into my laptop at work. So instead of me carrying around with it, as soon as I get up, I brush my teeth, da da da, the habits, take a bath, blah, blah, blah. I take my phone and I put it in my office. I close the door. I go and I get my coffee. I go and I read my daily devotional. I go and I pray. If you're not into praying, that's fine. Whatever it is that you do, that's on to you, right? But I pray and I release any negative thoughts that I may have from the night before or whatever it is that, has been bugging me. I release it so that way I can start my day fresh, right? And again, my phone, I don't use it anymore first thing in the morning. I don't get up. I don't wake up rather and grab my phone right away. I wake up and I thank God for another day because reality is Not everybody has that privilege to wake up the next day. And we have to be mindful of that. Every message doesn't need to be answered right away. And if it's an important message, a text message, or if somebody has a question and they need an answer right away, they can always give you a call, right? Because if not, then it's not that important. It can wait. And again, I want to remind you, your presence is a present. Your presence is a present. So don't take that for granted. You never know what tomorrow may hold. Hey, we interrupt this program for a special message. Guys, if you are interested in Your Presence is a Present t shirt, go and check out Broken Journey Apparel on Google, or you can go to my Instagram account, Broken Journey the podcast. Click the link in my bio and it'll say Broken Journey Apparel link, and you can go there and make your purchase. Now back to our scheduled program. So, guys, that is our episode for today. And just to recap, what are energy suckers? They're activities that deplete your energy, your mental health, your physical health, right? What are common energy suckers? Procrastination, multitasking, perfectionism, constant checking of social media or emails, negative self talk, overcommitment. How does energy suckers impact our productivity? It gives us mental fatigue, loss of focus, reduce efficiency, and increase stress and anxiety. What can we do to combat energy suckers? Time management techniques. 25 minutes, take a short break. 30 minutes, take a short break. Time blocking. Block your time to do your work without distractions. Digital detox. Limit your social media use. Turn off your notifications. Mindful and positive self talk. Practice mindfulness. Refrain from self doubts. And try and work on speaking positively to yourself whenever you see a negative thought come into your mind. Whenever you think of a negative thought, let's say. Prioritization and boundaries. Learn to say no when you need to say no. Don't overcommit yourself. Delegate tasks if you need to, even if it's a cleaning task. Guys, I want to leave you with this motivational quote that I wrote. In this world full of technology, let's take control of our energy and let us be mindful of how we spend our time. Life is short. Let's spend our time where it is more meaningful. So, guys, let me give you a little teaser. Our next episode, we're going to be talking about mental break from social media. So, this is kind of like a part 2 to this episode. Listen, you're not going to want to miss it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I appreciate you spending time with me. And if you enjoy my podcast, please share it with others. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Broken Journey the podcast and share your thoughts about this episode. What do you do to combat energy suckers? Thanks again, guys. Bye.